Here we go. Phil, just stay here. Just stay here.
Welcome to Moviefone's Unscripted. Hello, I'm Philip Seymour Hoffman, and I'm here with Linney to talk about our film The Savages. We're going to ask each other some of your questions, as well as some of our own.
You must get offered countless film roles. Why did you choose to do The Savages?
I don't know. I got in the script a couple years ago, and I read it, and I met with Tamara Jenkins, who's the director.
Yeah.
And then the film kind of went away for a little while. No one was
Maybe
cast.
they were interested in someone else.
I don't think I was special enough at the time.
Yeah.
And then I read it again, and it was better the second time I read it. Yeah. And then they said you were doing it, and that's why I did it. And I also really loved Tamara's first film, The Slums of Beverly Hills, which if you haven't seen it, you should. It's really good. This film tells the story of adult children and their complicated relationship with their ailing father. Did this film force you to look at your own parental relationships?
I think there's no way you're not going to look at your own parental relationships, but I tried not to look too deeply.
Yes.
I'm sort of a big believer in
Imagination.
Imagination's a good thing, and my own stuff will bleed through regardless. And there's a difference, I think, between using your own history and exploiting your own history. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you feel kind of dirty when you do that.
Yeah, you got to be a little careful, and a lot of times it's not appropriate for the material anyway. It just isn't. A lot of people will go to some deep emotional place with stuff that's very painful and very raw, and it will show up on screen and nobody feels anything.
Because it's not really appropriate.
No.
No, you don't want to dirty the waters too much with your own crap. Next question.
That was a good image.
Laura Phillip, Unscripted.
Unscripted. Oh, that means I get to ask you a question.
Oh, yeah, this is...
Ooh, good. This
wild
is like
card.
my special card. All right. I want to know if winning the Oscar has made you more afraid or more courageous.
It's a little dry. I had to wet my palate.
Little parched?
Well, I have it right here. No, I think getting older, I've just become more afraid, to be honest.
Yeah.
No. Not more afraid. It's like, I think as the older you get, like, I think... I definitely feel, it's, when you're younger, you kind of throw caution to the wind a little bit more than I probably do now. But yeah, there was a couple months there where you're kind of like, is something going to happen,
what is that?
So, and it's kind of is something terrible going to happen?
Yeah,
it's not like
sure.
it's something wonderful going to happen. It's like, something terrible. But then it doesn't. And you realize everything's going to be okay, and it's cool, and What's the most valuable advice you've been given on your road to success?
Gabriel Byrne said to me, don't become addicted to the work.
Good advice.
Because there is something about movie making and being on location and going from job to job, when you're lucky enough to be in that situation, that you do lose contact with a sense of home and family and friends, and the gypsy lifestyle starts to wreak havoc.
I remember I said to somebody once, I said, sometimes the work can be an opiate. Mm-hmm. And he looked at me like I was nuts, and he walked away.
What are the most dramatic differences for you as an actor between working on an independent movie like The Savages and a big-budget film like Mission Impossible 3?
Well,
I wonder if we could take the score of Mission Impossible 3
put it over The Savages.
Over the Savages.
That'd be fabulous.
Wouldn't that be good?
Someone probably will do that on YouTube.
Or maybe some of the car crash noises into The Savages?
Yeah, well, have you seen this stuff on YouTube? Okay. Oh, they mesh everything. No. It's hysterical. What's really different is your accommodations, the length of the shoot, and the food and stuff.
The quality of the coffee.
And really, those are the differences. But other than that, it's another film, and people have a stake in it, monetarily and creatively. So I think there's a lot more similarities actually than differences.
Ding, 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 ding.
Laura.
Yes, Phil. What can I do for you? What do you need to know? What do you want to know?
Oh, I just want to say
dirty
things. I just want to say bad things. I really do.
Go ahead. I can take it. It's all right. I've had a lot of experience. It's all right.
We were talking about when you do film and you have a time away from the theater, and then you go back to do a play, and you really feel it. There's something that atrophies. What is it for you? What do you think? Why do you think that is?
Well, because you're using all of you in a way that you don't on film. There
That's
was
right.
something that Baryshnikov said once. He said that if I don't, what happens to him if he doesn't dance every day? The first day he feels it. The second day, his body feels it. The third day, the audience feels it.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's great.
And there's something about you lose your edge, and it's a muscle of concentration and relaxation.
Absolutely.
That goes. If you don't practice it every single day, if you're not on stage 8 shows a week, if you're away for too long, then I think you do. It's nothing. It's not instant pudding.
No.
How important is it to have a good relationship with your co-star in a film like this? Have you ever had a situation where you just didn't mesh?
What if we didn't?
What did you do?
See, that's a weird question. What if we didn't? How awful would that be?
Well, they'll have to wonder.
It means a lot.
It does.
It actually means a lot. I didn't think so for the longest time. I always thought, you're an actor, no matter how you feel about each other, you should get away. And it's true. It's your job. Even if it is like that, you need to find a way to. But sometimes there's certain people you work with, and there's a certain understanding that you can't really put into words as always. And it's not that deep or anything, but I think it's a sense of understanding each other's temperament and a constant kind of forgiveness and letting go and acceptance that you have with each other. You feel taken care of. You feel like you're going to be. Everything's going to be okay. The person's got your back or whatever, that kind of thing. So you open yourself up. You're a little bit more open, a little more trusting. You're a little bit more all those things, and you can kind of be alive for that person.
I love you.
That person.
I love you.
It's true.
I do. I just love you.
I love you too. And that's. Now I'm all blushing. Looking back, has there ever been a role that you turned down that you now regret?
No.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Fortunately, I would hate that. That would be a terrible feeling. God, I should have done it.
But why do you think you don't regret it? Because I'm the same way.
I always went on to something else that was fine. Just and a lot of times I would go see a movie that I'd been offered that I chose not to do, or they chose not to use me, and you go see it and it's fantastic, and it wouldn't have been good with me in it. It just wouldn't.
No regrets here.
Nope.
Jared.
Nope.
I think that was Jared from Sarasota.
Thank you to Philip.
Thank
you, Philip. Thank you to Moviefone. Thank you, Moviefone. And to you for watching and sending in your requests. Thank you very much. Please check out our movie, The Savages. How'd it do?
Good.
It's good. Professional actress.